Well, hello there to my Leos, my amazing Leos, my sunshines out there brightening up the sky. Each and every one of you all Leos. Looky. It looks like there's some energies that are having a tower moment. Actually, it's two sets of energies that's having a tower moment. But before we get to our awakening, here's our awakening oil. This is Queen Amun-Ra coming to you with your general reading. Let's awaken. Let's awaken. You can get your oils on my Etsy store. My link is on my website, queenamunra.com. Because let's get down with the get into it. Let's get to the gets into it. You can also, I'll have my link for my cup here. And I will tag it, right? For those of you who want to get yourselves a cup. I gave 2 of these cups away today in my Libra video, so they've already been mailed off. That's why I would say when I do my giveaways, for those of you who are new to my channel, I do giveaways for every birthday season. Make sure whatever season we're in, you watch the video for that particular season if you want to participate in the giveaway. So I do things like gifts. I may be giving away some oils. You know what? Maybe I'll do that in this reading. Maybe I'll give away some of these oils in this reading. Let me think about that. All right. Because I have my own little rosemary babies, my plants. See? Yeah, those are not the dried ones that you buy in the store that you cook with. These are my own little rosies that I speak to, pray to, love up on. They grow so big and strong, and I put them in my awakening oils. And I also have gemstones and crystals, all those wonderful things. But let's get into the reading for you. Let's get into it. All right, let's do it. Sending you all lots of love and light, Leos. We are coming up on a full moon. We're gonna have full moon in Aries. It's a corn moon, and I feel like another Leo is getting some karma. That's what I feel like. Another Leo is getting some karma. It could be a Leo sun or a Leo moon. You try to show them the light side of being a Leo, right? You try to show somebody what the light side of a Leo looks like. Someone who is confident, charismatic, and also generous, but they were fixated on being arrogant, stubborn, and domineering. So I'm seeing a sunny side up egg on someone's face, dripping down the top of their head. Like gel, you know, when you're putting gel in your hair. That's it, dripping down, making a devil's peak on their forehead. So something is happening right now because somebody really cannot come out of that survival mode mindset, right? And that's not even what Leos are really known for. High vibrating Leos are known for being fun, letting your inner child come out and play, rolling the dice, you know, taking a gamble on life, just having a good old time. But some people, they like being in that lion energy, like putting people in lion's den energy and then striking like a predator, right? And somebody was sacrificed, and now people are talking about it. Now people are talking about it. You, a high vibrating Leo, is talking about a low vibrating Leo because you don't even want to be associated with that mess. You're like, nah, that's not the kind. That's not. You can't put that. It's almost. And this is a good place to be in, Leos, because some people will put hashtag Leos. Oh yeah, Team Leos. We hang. We together. But they really can't contaminate with you by you even linking up with them. Low vibrating Leos, because something has crossed the boundary, and now somebody is talking about it. 21 could be significant. Just somebody's birthday, may have been on 21st or something. Your I can't say life path number. Life path number could be a 3. Speaking of which, this video is for the 3rd through the 10th of. But somebody thought that you would be too busy to inspire. Like you were so busy wearing a Leo cape that you'd be too busy to even notice certain things, right? What some energies were doing. A karmic couple that was doing something to sacrifice somebody. So to intensify your gifts, your spiritual gifts, your psychic gifts, Psalm 78. That's your spiritualism, telepathy, astral projection, automatic writing, etc. Right? So the way I like to, in lay terms, describe psychic gifts are like best practices. Every time you close out cycles, I always try to help people to close out cycles in love. But if you've been with my channel for some time, the reason why some of the readings may seem negative to some people is because you have to have somebody to go down to the lowest frequency to shine a light, be a lighthouse to show people, hey, listen, All of these people that you're looking up to, you thinking that they're better than you are, you serve a purpose too. We're not leaving you behind. Like, what are you talking about? You still got life and you still breathing. They could be 90 years old and they could, like I said, still be alive, and people writing people off. Like, they just don't even matter. Like, they just, writing people off. They'll never amount to anything. So let's just toss them over in the recycling bin until they die. But in the meantime, let's go get a life insurance policy on them. Because when they die, they could be healthy, when they die. So they pass that check. But yeah, we'll keep on playing all these mental games with them. We'll keep on, astral projecting into their energy, driving them crazy. They don't know what's happening. But what people like that fail to remember is that you have readers like me who will take it all the way down to hell, in terms of people are going through hell. And you can't forget about those people that's on a lower frequency. We're not playing savior. I can't speak for anybody else. I'm not anybody's savior. I'll say, hey, look, people are going through hell for real. And people are like, I just want to hear love and light, love and light. I just want to sit in a lotus position in love and light. Maybe because that's what they can handle, right? They don't want to go back through what they've already come out of. But some of us are assigned to go all the way down to a lower frequency because it doesn't, we've already been there, already got healing, from that. And so to shine a light on some things, like, you don't have to be ashamed or embarrassed because of your past, but you can ascend higher. You woke up, you wake up and you're looking up at the ceiling. It's time to get up. Time to get up and recognize, hey, get out there, work out, get some sun, get some fresh air, grab some water, all of those things. But some people have written people off once the job is over, a marriage is over, a friendship is over. In other words, once the cycle is over, because somebody enforced a boundary that they crossed. Y'all know what I'm saying, Leos? So when people enforce boundaries and you cut people off and they write you off, okay, you could walk away thinking, hey, still high vibrational, sunny, like, okay, well, they don't talk to me no more, I'm cool, whatever. But some people take it to the extreme. They want to humiliate, embarrass you to no end, right? Those people are getting karma right now. And when I tell you, Leos, that karma is hitting them hard, all you need to do is step back. That karma is hitting them hard. It's hitting them exactly where they try to hit other people. Now they're the ones that's in 5-0 mode because they're around lions. They're around some real lions, some people who are, I always keep trying to tell people, when you're obsessed with putting people in survival mode, you better watch your back, because there are people out here that don't know that they're in human form. And that's for real, y'all. They don't know that they're in human form. They literally are out here ready to prey and pounce on somebody. That is why I always tell people, hey, look, y'all, come up off that low frequency and get yourself up here to a higher frequency. You sitting around lying and waiting to pounce on somebody, and guess what? There's another lion lying and waiting to pounce on you. You better get yourself up to a higher frequency. You better ascend higher, right? So to intensify your psychic gifts, your talents, Psalm 78 for those of you all who read the text, or but that's what psychic gifts are. It's like best practices. After you leave, let's say, for instance, you're working on a project and the project is over. You got time to sit back and say, okay, best practices. Best practices. Because you don't know what people have gone through. For real, you don't know what hell people have gone through in their past. And there's so many people who don't want to get to the root of stuff. All they want to do is just burn people, be impulsive and blow towards people in their back. Because somebody has crossed the boundary and they feel like, okay, they got to be somebody's karma. They don't know what hell people have gone through. So that's what you're seeing right now, karma. People are overwhelmed, all kinds of stuff happening, and it's coming in forms that they never saw coming. It's hitting some people's money. Some people are experiencing, and this is nothing that you did. It's nothing that you did. If you have vibration, it's nothing that you did. You can't stop karma from anything or anybody. You can't stop it. You can't stop it or block it. You can't go nowhere under this moon or this sun to get away from it. And that's the secret. The secret is, once you understand that people are out here keeping secrets from energies, and you decide to step on the light side and you say, hey, I'm enlightening people of this darkness in this world, that nobody should be forgotten. You're not playing someone's God. You're just basically, you're not trying to expose anybody in particular. Source has already exposed that. You're just saying, hey, I'm just going to shine bright. That is why I keep saying, don't turn down your light. Source will expose even other Leos that thought they could hide behind something, whether it's a Leo sun or Leo moon. Source will hide because that shouldn't even be in the makeup of a Leo. And I'm serious, because y'all are ruled by the sun. So source is going to expose you first to yourself. Your secrets to yourself first. So if you got to get to a point like, oh God, if anybody ever found out about this, oh God, I'd be drowning in debt, or I would die of shame, or oh my God, a whole tower would fall down to me. It's best for you to get clear with self first. It's best for you to be honest with yourself right now first. So source is saying, no, when you break away from people who like to keep doing stuff in secret, just step back out of their way. Step back out of their way. Nothing you said, nothing that you did. You seen somebody's karma. They sacrificed somebody. They put somebody in a wilderness situation, a lamb, somebody who was a lamb. They put a sheep or a lamb, and somebody who wears their heart on the sleeve. So even linking up with them could put you in their karma. Even linking up with them could put you in their karma. So right now, you got some people that's going through a silent tower moment, because now they're starting to remember. They're starting to wake up out of a zombified trance. Oh my God! Oh, I shouldn't have walked away from this. I shouldn't have said this. I shouldn't have said that. It's too late, because their intention was to hurt somebody without getting to the root of anything. They didn't want to get to the root of anything. All they saw was major life changes, and guess what? A fortune. That's all they saw was, we can make a fortune off of this. That's all they saw. That's all they saw. We could change our lives in a major way. We could make a fortune off of something. They couldn't stop their karma if they wanted to. It can come in the form of a government shutdown, and people on their last dollar. They like 1 month away from just one paycheck away from being homeless. It can come in the form of just getting a phone call, somebody just suddenly breaking up with them, and it's just the worst possible time. It can come back in any way, shape, form, or fashion. It can come in any form. It literally can come in any form. You don't have to do anything. Nothing. It can come in the form of somebody saying, hey, you know what, we're cutting out the middle managers in these departments, and y'all got to go find somewhere else. So y'all need to go ahead and start applying for other positions, because we don't have it in a budget anymore to hire any more positions. And so somebody's like, oh man, I just settled on a house, and I don't know how, I thought I was a shoe-in for such a. It can come in any form. Literally, it can come in any form. It can come in a form of a father getting custody of the kids, and a woman women would traditionally think that, okay, a man would have to pay all this money in child support. It can come in the form of now the woman, she making millions of dollars, and now she has to pay child support, and just putting a huge debt in her money. I mean, it can come in any form. That's why I always tell people, hey, listen, when you feel like somebody's done dirt to you, just move on. Move on quietly. Let whoever think whatever. Because people going to believe you whether you telling the truth or telling a lie. People don't know what people. They're going to believe you whatever frequency they're on. Whatever frequency they're on. So it's a double tower moment. One is out in the open and one is hitting. It's almost like Source is saying, I'm giving you some time to really, really decide what side you want to be on, but you can't be in the middle. Fence riding. Get enlightened. Get enlightened. You can't even tiptoe. Well, just in case, you're going to have to pick a side. Either you choose light or you choose darkness. We're not talking about choose black people or white people. We're talking about choose enlightening people or keeping people in the dark. Because something has already come to light. So let's get into your reading, Leos. Let's see what Spirit has for you. This reading is for the 3rd of October to the 10th of October, and so focusing on spiritual energy, soul lessons, and divine guidance, shaping your path. Let's see what Spirit has for you this week. Current energy is a Strength card. This is your card here. So your card appears, Spirit confirms you are standing in courage, compassion, and inner mastery. This is your power. It centers this week. The challenge is this. The Hangman, a pause or delay may test your fire. So Spirit says surrender, shift perspective, and allow divine timing to work in your favor. And when it comes to the past influence, is a Tower. Recent upheaval shook foundations. Spirit affirms the breakdown was necessary to clear illusions and open space for truth about some things. So you're in a very, very vulnerable position, knowing that all the sacrifices that you made and that other people made, ancestors, whomever made, you're saying, wait a minute. Somebody is very sensitive to just how people were in survival mode. Even your ancestors were in survival mode. Certain things are intentionally set out there as a constant reminder to keep people processing things over and over and over and over again. But that is part of the game. Keep processing things, and you can't move beyond it. You stay at a lower frequency of grief the whole time. You can't let something rest in peace, right? You can't let something rest in peace. So when somebody announces, like I'm announcing in the reading, that I take it all the way down to the hell that people have gone through, and let people know in this generation, your ancestors may have had to go through certain things, but you don't have to go through those things. That's your reparations right there. It's like you're not waiting around for a check to show up at your front door. You don't have to do cutthroat things to people. Raise your frequency. What you're learning how to do is pouring into your generation, your kids, grandkids, and so on and so forth. You already made the sacrifice. In other words, you're the ancestor before that. Like you're the ancestor. You're not dead yet. Obviously, you're watching the video, but one day you'll be an ancestor. You're an elder, right? And so you're saying, no, I'm intensifying my psychic gifts. This is best practices. What did I learn that now what I know in hindsight, I could have taken a different path, and it was already predestined for you to be where you are right now. That's what somebody is learning. That's what somebody is learning. So you don't have to point at this person, this group of people, or this group of people, and hate this person, this person, this person. That's what it's all about. It's like when you're around people who look just like you, and they have some kind of secret knowledge of things, and they don't even want to enlighten other people that's connected to them to say, hey, this is how you budget your money. This is how, this is the group of people you came from. This is the strength that you have. This is the so on and so forth. Somebody is still in survival mode. Somebody is still in survival mode and having some kind of an awakening. The only way that you're going to know is sometimes when people write books or when people have platforms. What's coming to me right now is the book. Y'all know I always have different kind of books on my table, right? What's coming to me is the book by I'm trying to remember his name. It's the black guy who joined the CIA. His name is Dan Freeman. The spook who sat by the door, right? The only way that you know where people are, because too many people are being impulsive right now, assuming things about people and don't know what they know, what people know and what people don't know. But that story is about a guy who worked for he learned espionage tactics, if you ever read the book. But he came out, he had to go through certain sacrifices to learn things in order to teach people not to be a dark entity in the world, but what to look out for, right? And the challenge that people have sometimes is people are so impulsive, jumping to conclusions when it comes to things. They don't really know what side people are on. The side that you're on is the side of light. That's the side of praying for people, not preying on people. You have another Leo, whether it's a Leo sun and Leo moon, who have consistently preyed on people because if the answers are not coming fast enough. Well, we don't know what side people are on, and we got to make sure. And as soon as they say this, we got to pounce on something. All of this craziness, and so you taking a light side, high vibrational. You are the one that's enlightening some energies, whoever you are, man or woman. But guess what? Source is saying to you, what's making this unique, what's making you unique is that all Leos know the dark side of a Leo. Y'all know what I'm saying? So they know how nasty it could get for real, because you're the one, the Leo, that's exposing another Leo, whether it's the sun or moon. You're the one that's exposing them. So they already know how dark it can get. Another sign doesn't have to do anything because you are the Leo that's exposing them. Because you have made too many sacrifices, best practices. You learned a lot of lessons. And how, you know, when people talk about sacrifices, something is bringing memories back to you about some things. You're like, oh, shoot, I'm an expert at something, subject matter expert at something. Like, I've been in spaces where people were being sacrificed. I know such and such. So it's almost like somebody is speaking your same language, whoever you are. Like, if you work for the government, you're like, okay, I know what that looks like when people are being sacrificed, you know, whatever the case may be. When people are talked to a certain way, when people find out, not just the government, but just anywhere, when people feel like, okay, this person, they bought into some idea that, okay, they're going to get a raise, and then boom, everything is shut down. And okay, you can't commit to anything else. You signed that contract. All 8 cups are poured out. All 8 cups are poured out. So somebody has poured out all of their creativity, poured out all of their creativity. It's the 8 of Cups. And so somebody can't walk away. That's what somebody feels like at this point. It's like they can't walk away because they poured everything into something. So somebody is like, okay, they got to do something until they're dead. Like, they have to. It's like finding out, like, the sacrifices of your ancestors. Like, they couldn't retire. They couldn't retire. They got to do something literally until they die. And so here comes the next generation coming along saying, okay, I don't want that to be my kids or grandkids. They got to work until, you know, they way past retirement age and doing something they don't like to do. They're in survival mode. And this has little to do with race. This is what a lot of people are that's the whole message a lot of people are missing. It's little to do with race. So somebody is really intensifying their psychic gifts and talents now. But somebody's basically like, I poured everything into everything, and that's the end. That's the end. So here we had the 4 of Cups. So here you are back against the wall, and you've learned how to tap in. You've learned how to tap in. This is how Leos can help other Leos. That's why I'm saying, don't turn down your light, Leos. Because that's going to be your quickest way of you finding out who has an issue with themselves. Because it's not an issue with you. It's an issue with themselves. They feel some kind of way about themselves, Leos. That's why I keep saying don't turn down your light. That's not for anybody to be arrogant. That's for you to show people, hey, listen, I get attacked on a daily basis. I'm not going to stop shining. Matter of fact, I'm going to put a little razzle dazzle on it. I'll shine even brighter. Ooh. Put a little razzle dazzle on it, right? So yeah, so that's what I'm saying for you all, is that somebody was very, very impulsive, right? Somebody was very impulsive and not thinking that another Leo would stop them dead in their tracks, because they were so intense and focused on pouncing on something, pouncing on somebody. Another Leo said, hold up. Back it on up, shawty. That's what another Leo says. It's like, no, hold on, what you doing? What, pray tell, are you? What I say? Look, y'all, at least you didn't see me shuffling, but you heard me shuffling the card. Another Leo. Another Leo stopped. Another Leo dead in their tracks. Somebody got yanked up by the back of their lion's mane, right here. See this? How this person is like, another Leo snatched another Leo up by their lion's mane. Like, hold on, what you doing? Okay, so you exposed something, right? And so here we have the Ace of Wands. Here is a spark of passion, inspiration, or opportunity ignites. And so Spirit shows divine energy fueling your creativity and your purpose. And so here you are as a leader, right? Here you are as a leader, Emperor energy. You embody structure and leadership. Spirit reminds you to anchor your fire with grounded discipline to manifest lasting results. Lasting success. And so you're on top of something. You took a gamble with something. You said, hold on, let me see something. Let me see something, right? External influences, fate is shifting, and spirit shows cycles turning. Changes this week are divinely orchestrated to align you with growth. That's the beauty of really stepping into your leadership role. You are not a lion. That's a symbol, is a lion. But some people are so ready to put people in survival mode, it's not even funny because of who they're linking up with, the very impulsive energies who just want to end people. And another Leo had to step in and say, oh, no, not on your watch. Whether you're a man or woman, you could be working in the workplace. Right now, you're like, no. Not doing all of that. I'm trying to decide if I should share this with you all. Something I experienced with a Leo in my workplace. Okay. I used to work with this Leo, very attractive person. I won't say if it was a man or woman, very attractive person. Like I think everybody would agree that they were attractive. They probably still are attractive, I don't know. But they were, I could see that somebody in a leadership position was looking at them in an unprofessional way. Which was surprising to me because I was like, okay, this is the type of leader that be, acting all docile in front of upper management. Like, okay, oh, you got all this spine for people that work under you, but people above you, you don't have no spine. Like, what's up? Anyway, there was this Leo that, I was going to use the word, but people who work with me know exactly who the Leo is, so I'm trying to protect their energy. Anyway, but this energy was about to put this leader was about to put a Leo in a compromising position. I'll just put it that way. So I asked the Leo, did they feel comfortable? And if they watch my channel, they'll know who I'm talking about. And they didn't. So I already knew. It's like some things you don't have to say. You just don't have to say it. And so they said they didn't. So what I intentionally do is stay at work longer until their work hour with their, so that they could walk out with somebody, so that somebody they would not be alone with this person, this energy, right? And so when it came time to, so I'll just leave it there. Point is that you have to have it within you to be able to pick up on people who want to put people in a predatory situation. You got to be able to pick up on that yourself. And the only way you're going to pick up on that is if you're high vibrational. And you already notice it. So it put me in a position because this person was a higher level manager. So they could have messed up my career at the time, and I was still kind of new in the career, but I was still on track for leadership. So I had to think creatively, like, okay, I don't have to rush home to be anywhere at the time, so I could start working on, start extending the projects that I'm working on. I can get tomorrow's work done. I'll just sit here and just wait until they're finished, until they're ready to leave, and then we'll just walk out together. And sometimes you have to do that. But some people pour everything they got into something, right? And so when it's time for them to move on, because they like, okay, I don't have any other plan. I don't have any other, because they're not operating in purpose. They can't see what is the purpose of me even being in this situation here. So when their back is against the wall, they come out like a lion instead of tapping in to calm that anxiety down and say, okay, I know there was a purpose for all of this. And so a Leo, another lion, had to stop somebody dead in their tracks. I've been saying the entire reading, if you with somebody who's an apex predator and who doesn't know that they're in human form, that they just lie in wait and to pounce on something, I guarantee you it's another lion that is ready to pounce. That's just an instinct that's ready to pounce on them. And somebody couldn't see you coming. Somebody never saw you coming. They shocked. They sitting there still trying to process what the heck. With the Hail Mary full of grace. They literally, they can't believe that it's something in you, this rebirth happened in you. They can't believe it. So this week, Leo, is about highlighting courage, surrender, and divine renewal. And so what has fallen away clears space for new beginnings. The spark of passion you carry will guide you forward, and trust the cycles. Your light is expanding into its fullest truth. Some people, like I said before, learn things to enlighten people, to help people, not to go to the dark side. You know, is vengeful, vengeance is mine, says your savior or my savior, or whoever you think. This is not religious class. This is just reading the cards. The point is some people like to stay in that dark energy. I'm telling y'all, it was surprising, not shocking, to see who would put this Leo I used to work with in a survival mode situation. And basically I made a decision right there at that very moment, not on my watch. Because you will lose your position before you put this person in a situation. So prosperity begins for you. Some people will turn their back because they feel like, okay, well, this all I got. No, it's not. Not as long as you're breathing. Not as long as the Creator says, I created you for a purpose. Okay, you got that going. Okay. I had to give you a tower moment so you can remember what your purpose on planet Earth is. And it's not to hang other people out to dry. It's not to do that. Somebody's demon is a demon of pride. So pride comes before the fall. Somebody has a lying spirit. So there's signs all around you. Signs all around you. So check your request list again. You are who they prayed for. So your mental health is just as important as your physical health. Somebody failed at stealing your identity and she apologizes for betraying you, whoever she is. Apologizes for betraying you. Somebody is a Cambian spirit, offspring of incubus, succubus, and a human parent. Right now, somebody is really, really feeling some kind of way because you took a gamble in your fifth house, whether you're a Leo or not, but you took a gamble and making sure somebody was not. You could see that somebody was a sheep. You can see that somebody's a sheep. When you see that people are new to an environment and people are waiting to pounce on them, and you're like, nah, not on your watch. That's how you're being rewarded. Because you know how to tap in. So you send some kind of spell work right back to another Leo. Whatever spell that they had, because you tapped into source. You sent it right back to another Leo, whether it's a Leo sun or a Leo moon. And the tower has fallen on them. Everything in moderation. Adjust your crown. Because somebody felt like something was their way or the highway. When people start pouring out, like talking about like all the unhealthy things that they've gone through, that all the unhealthy things they've gone, and people are still like, oh, whatever, you know, their back is against the wall. I mean, just no compassion whatsoever. Their back is against the wall. That's why all of a sudden they talking about, they making it seem like they so compassionate towards human beings. Right. Okay. Yeah. You mean people telling their truth, that they are human beings, right? But somebody else's back is against the wall. Detachment, because you detached. Yeah, so with detachment, you finally feel whole inside. With or without the fulfillment of a particular desire, ironically, that's often when it's fulfilled. Yeah, once you detach, Leo, that whoever this other Leo talking about, we together, we're gonna keep each other in the loop. You're like, I don't want to be kept in the loop, because the loop you in, I don't want to be attached to that. So you took some kind of right action, and signs are all around you. So you're cleared, and you're feeling liberated because you went to source, divine source. That's where you got yours, and you said no. Somebody has an icy heart. They need to surrender to source. They need to surrender to source. I'm telling y'all, this energy that I work with, when I look back and I looked at this thing, I said, it's an entity. I said, this entity would be willing to put this Leo in a survival mode situation. All they need is a witness. Somebody who's not the back down type. So we would have skipped to the loo, right to the HR office. Yeah, I was there. I saw it. Not the kind that's going to say, nah, I can't jeopardize my job. Not when you know what your purpose is. Source always has a job for you when you know what your purpose is. You're on a whole new timeline. Somebody somewhere right now who thought that you were just going to you were going to be contained. Somebody that you talk to, somebody that you may have created something with, they somewhere right now egotistical, having a Tasmanian devil fit. That is what I have for you. Hopefully this is helpful. I'll see you all in the next video. So somebody got tired of hearing all of we Leos, we got to stick together. You ain't that type of Leo. You too high vibrational. You got too much to lose. You sacrifice too much. Somebody told me we got to stick together. So, yeah, somebody has always admired your beauty anyway. Whoever you are, whether you're a man or woman, somebody's always admired your beauty. I'm telling y'all, somebody could not see that somebody saw you as competition from day one, but you see it now. Whether you're a man or woman, you see it now. That's what I have for you all, Leos. See you all in the next video. Bye.